RJB, and today I am joined by LovelyRabbit and Scan. Scan here on the red Terran on the top of the middle of the map, and his opponent is here on the middle left of the map playing the teal Protoss. So this is from a... well, this is from a set of matches. Actually, this is the... there were two sets of matches before this match. And both those sets were played between Rabbit and Scan. I threw them some money and I got them to play each other. Rabbit is a Korean streamer. We've seen him many times before. He is a very good 1-versus-1 player and very good at team play as well. He gets about 100 to 300 viewers concurrently on his stream. And yeah, he's pretty much one of the top dogs. Although I wouldn't quite put him in the same level or category as players like Minchul, Brain, Lucky Back, or let's say Kim Ki-san, or all those other players. He's like a little bit below their level. But he is a very smart and also very smart and experienced player. He's got the skills, he's got what it takes to win games and take games off of top level players. And Scan, he is a top-level amateur normal map player who has, since last year, started playing a little bit of fastest map. But he hasn't had the privilege of playing against LovelyRabbit yet, so I thought it was about time that they did. Now, this is a match they played just to finish off the day. They had been playing for about 2 hours before this, maybe even 3 hours. And this is just like the final match with these two players that they played just to decide who takes home the honor of being called the best, between these two, of course. So, all that aside, let's turn off the music in the background and focus on the match itself. We've got a 3 barracks here from Scan, and Rabbit went for 3 gateways, which I personally am not really a fan of, because it seems really easy to defend. As we can see right here, Scan is having no issue defending against this at all. Those Zealots are not going to achieve anything whatsoever. But these Zealots, oh wait, he's going for the attack. There, it gets surrounded on the Zealots. Marines there not getting micro because Scan isn't really trying to. He knows he was winning the fight. He knows he doesn't have to micro all that much. He is winning that without trying. So the number advantage goes in favor of Scan. And likewise here, an SFE goes down there that was building the depot, but the number advantage, once again, is in favor of Scan. But Scan might want to start... yeah, he's microing now. He knows that he can no longer afford to lose that many Marines, because more Zealots are, well, sneaking into the base. And they're going to try to kill that SCV once again, but the depot has finished. So he's going to go for a run-in on those SCVs. But that depot there, very strategically placed, is giving him vision of those Zealots just in time. And those Zealots are attacking from the other side as well. So he's attacking from 2 sides there at the same time, trying to force Scan to juggle his attention until he makes a mistake, but the mistake has not been made yet. Rabbit there once again pulls those Zealots away, goes in with the other Zealots on the other side. The bunker, the depot was getting repaired there, but yeah, depot's still getting repaired. SV there gets pulled away just in time. Zealots there getting pushed away as well, but now that Marine there all alone gets taken down. Zealots there, of course, on the other side also getting taken down by Marines. Now he's going for an SCV once again, goes for the depot. He wants to get at least depot. That's the last thing he wants, and he starts pulling away as he knows that he can no longer realistically get much done. Got a command center there on the way for a Scan, and that is an engineering bay. He's expecting Dark Templars or something along those lines. Maybe even shuttle drop. We're on 24 SCVs for Scan and 28 for Rabbit. And please, Rabbit, just leave these depots alone. I'm getting tired of your shit. Look at him, he's going for it again. Please, Scan is bagging him. Leave my depots alone. You're so annoying. He is so annoying. Once again, kills an SCV there on the side. He's just being so annoying with so few units that Scan is forced to run back and forth to try and stop this from happening, try to stop those Zealots from harassing him. And Rabbit is having a pretty good showing with his multitasking, going back and forth between both locations, picking up depots on the side, picking up Marines, non-stop harass for the last 2 minutes, while of course also advancing his build order in his own base. Quick look. double robo, no, a robo and a citadel. He's got 2 nexuses there. That's very, very, very brave of him to go for a triple nexus build order after starting off with 3 gateways. But he's planning on making it work. And just as this barrack is about to fly over the hill, down comes the pylon and it gets spotted out, but there's no units here in the back. And Scan knows that he can just, land the barracks and start building some units. Although there's a cannon there about to be finishing up. The cannon will finish before the firebat itself finishes. So no danger there for him. Marines trying to go in through the front, but there's no range on those Marines, so he cannot kill the gateways from outside of the distance of those cannons. So he has to wait a little longer. He doesn't even have an academy yet. He didn't build the academy at all. There's no... I've never seen that before. There's no academy. Oh, wait, there it is. There's the academy. Well, now he's trying to run in, but that might be a little bit too greedy. He's losing almost all of his Marines. A couple of them make it through there, though. Only 2 cannons were able to fire on those Marines. There was a tight little tiny hole there on the top side that Rapid used for his own units. But now the Zealots are facing stimmed Marines with medics. Now the Marines are coming down from the top side. There's buildings being put down there to block and buy time. Rabbit knows what he's doing, but Rabbit also knows that this is a very tight situation where he cannot afford to lose too many of its units. Rabbit is balling up his Zealots, waiting for enough Zealots to arrive so he can go on to those Marines. But now Scan goes for the probes. They're on the gas. Zealots are going in, going back out. Cannons are finishing his... Oh wow, I'm sorry. Just felt that one coming up. Right, so in the end there, all the Marines go down and pretty much no probes were lost, but a lot of time was lost and the Nexus is on low HP. This is going to be something that we have to keep looking at. Firebats are at the bottom, killing some pylons. They're never going to be able to get on top of the probe, so he's just killing something there on the bottom side. He might get the pylon before the other units arrive, although Firebats don't deal that much structure damage. Yeah, the pylon's gonna stay alive, barely though, but good save there from Rabbit. That pylon is super important. This is the most important pylon on the entire map. More important than these ones. These ones are kind of not important at all. Anyway, the Nexus, as I mentioned before, is going to be an important thing to look at, because I am sure Scan is going to try to take this down with dropships. He's going to try. So let's see if he's got the starport on the way. There it is, control tower as well. Marines are everywhere, trying to defend against those shuttles that are going to be coming in very soon. We've got the first shuttle finishing up here. 8:30 into the mass. That is a very, very late drop coming in there. I don't think this drop is going to do all that much damage. We've got more gateways coming out here from Rabbit, who's already on 76 probes in total against Scan's 47. Scan just finished his 3rd command center, so he'll be having more SCVs in the near future. So he can catch up on Rabbit, but Rabbit is very, very quickly finishing up his entire base and preparing himself for massive macro gameplay. He wants to poop out mass amounts of Zealots at a high pace, a high tempo, and never take the pressure off of Scan. But can Scan scan this, or can Scan defend this? We haven't seen him use the scans yet, so he hasn't really been trying to keep information or get information on what Rabbit is up to. So that might backfire on him. It might backfire that he's not actively gathering information with his scan upgrades. Oh, there he is. He's using it. Where did he throw it? He threw it there in the center. There's nothing there to see except some Zealots, so the information about those shuttles not being there, of course, means that they're on their way towards his base, but he didn't have any Marines there in between. Although Scan is not going for the workers, he's going just for the depots here on the side. Manages to load almost everything. He could have gone for the SCVs there in the back, and I'm sure he would have hit something, but he chose for a safer option. He's gonna kill stuff here on the sides. Reaver's getting attacked there. Reaver goes down. Second Reaver also gets focused down. The Scarabs just ended. Oh, he gets the shot off just in time. Picked up the Reaver. Shuttle goes down with the Reaver inside. That is... He didn't achieve all that much. Got a couple of turrets, a couple of Marines, and that's it. I really think... Those bunkers were empty when he was flying in. There was nothing inside those bunkers. Now there's units in there, but he could have just flown head-on, straight on, towards those SCVs, and maybe gotten a shot off on the workers. He could have tried. He didn't try to, but he could have tried. But he wasn't sure if those shuttles would ever arrive on the scene near those minerals. So he went for the safe option. Safe option didn't get him any results. And the safe option not getting him any results means that Scan is now in a great position to catch up. Almost 70 SCVs. A lot of units all about his base, though he's still 70 supply behind on Rabbit. Rabbit is sending out Corsairs to clear out these structures. He wants to remove that vision from the map. It's always a very important thing to do. He's got a turret there as well. That's pretty smart, putting a turret there. We've got Stargates coming out from Rabbit. We've got a drop flying in from the same side once again. Once again, unloads there on the side. And this time around, he managed to kill most of the Marines. One Marine's coming from the left side of the base to the right side of the base. And they're gonna stim down the Reavers. One Reaver goes down. 3 more are left alive. Most of the Marines here are going down. He split up his Marines very nicely, but 1 more Reaver goes down. 1 more Reaver is alive. All the Marines have gone down. And now Scan is also supply stuck. He's gonna get him into an even more supply stuck state, as this is the same scenario as before. He's just picking off those depots as he did at the start of the game. Tank there just in range of that Zealot. Zealot goes down. We've got another drop here on the other side of the base, ready to go in, but Scan has almost no units left to defend. Losing all the supply depots and most of his units is really putting him in a bind. And now a mass drop is coming in from the other side, while all his units are on the right side of his base. Now the left side drop there, unloading Templars, SCVs running away, mass Zealots, mass Templars. Reaver doesn't shoot on anything at all. Templars have nothing to storm because he doesn't have the storm upgrade. He doesn't have the storm upgrade. There it is. There's no storm, so he could have had a pretty good storm there on the Marines and maybe on some SCVs. There's still about 7 SCVs there left on the minerals. So that's a really, really good call there. Really, really lucky break there for Scan. Rabbit forgets the storm upgrade, which is of course the one upgrade you cannot afford to forget when you're going for storm drops, because, you know, the word storm in storm drops stands for storms. And you all know that. I don't have to explain how stupid it is. Well, it's kind of just negligence. Sometimes it just happens, sometimes you just forget to build it. It happens to the best, it appears. We've seen it happen to way better players before as well. So once again, balling up a mass drop. He hasn't gone for a frontal attack yet, but there's 2 very annoying siege tanks there up on the hill that are going to make frontal attacks very difficult, but it's only 2 tanks. And if he has 2 storms, he can storm those 2 tanks down and just run over the front. But he's sticking with those mass drops. The upgrades at the moment are on 1-1. And for air, it's also 1-1 with level 0 weapon, but level 1 weapon is soon finishing. Scan is on level 0 for his tanks. Has no armories because he lost his armories once again. Drop comes in from the right side there. It's a storm drop. He's gonna get stimmed down very quick, although the Templar unloads. Templar gets taken down, but another drop there coming out from the left side. This one is a massive one. This is a really, really big one. Starts to unload. Templars on the scene, gets a storm off on some SCVs, but that's only 6 SCVs that are going down, but there's so many Zealots here on the scene as well. But the bunkers there are keeping him alive. The bunkers there are his saving grace. We've there gets shot up on something. Tanks are going down, Marines going down. A lot of bunkers have gone down as well. But this looks pretty well defended from Scan. Those bunkers are really helping him out. The bunkers, if he didn't have those bunkers, he would have gotten completely destroyed. But the bunkers there keep the damage alive. Makes it very easy to kill those Zealots, because you're not losing your Marines, you're getting structure damage instead. And you can always afford to get structure damage, and you can repair structure damage as well, as we see right here. Scan is repairing the Scan. He really likes his scans. As the name implies, he likes scans. He even named himself after scans. Depots on the bottom side of the map just to save space, because he doesn't know... Well, it looks like he doesn't know where to place his depots, because he keeps losing them. Army's there on the side as well. Comes in with another drop there, but this one might go down. The Reaver unloads. Zealot unloads. Oh, we've got everything unloaded there somehow. Tries to kill the SCV, but these Marines are blocking the Scarab, so the SCV there stays alive. Reaver goes down, kills almost nothing. Only 2 Marines there went down. And yeah, this is all still alive. So all he has to do is repair those, and it will be completely fine. We've got 8 carriers on the way here as well from Rabbit. He's got the Interceptor damage upgrade, and he's got Disruption WAP on the way as well. More upgrades, of course, queued up. Yeah, this Nexus... Scan hasn't had the chance to go after the Nexus. Once again, the drop comes in on the left side. And low, it's trying to kill some stuff, but there's so many turrets there that the shells cannot get in any deeper. Just killing turrets instead of going for units. It's a smart choice. So now we can fly in this drop easier. There's 4 Templars in there. Shuttle's getting attacked. Templar starts with a low. Templar doesn't storm. He storms eventually on some SCVs. Kills, once again, kills 7 or 8. Not a big hit. Not the big hit that he wanted, but Scan has been playing this really well on defense. All I want to see is Rabbit mixing it up. Or, well, he's mixing it up. He's got the carriers ready. Carriers have arrived. Flying out towards the side. He's going to try to fly these shuttles in under the coverage of interceptors. So Rabbit there on track, doing really well. And it looks like we have a mass tank drop on the way from Scan to try and take down this Nexus. We already heard the Scan sound, so he knows where the cannons are located. Templar unloads, Templar storms, more Templars unloading as well. Storms on nothing there, but got a lot of Marine kills there. That's a very good hit. Now the carriers coming in right afterwards, as all the Marines have been taken down. Scan is on pretty good supply, but most of the supply is in dropships. You got 10 of them. That's 20 supply in dropships. So now the question is, can these carriers, even though it's only 8 carriers, can they do something? Can they hit hard, or are 8 carriers not enough to do something? Is 8 carriers too few? Marines there are doing a pretty good job against all those interceptors. He's got ghosts as well, but he's losing his science facility here before the lockdown. Or maybe he already got lockdown. It was the ghost energy upgrade that wasn't finishing up. He's got cloak on the way as well, and maybe some raids, but first he's going for the mass tank drop, and because there's nothing to defend there left in the base, all the carriers are away from home. Scan is just gonna fly straight in. Got a drop there coming in from Scan, from Rabbit as well, going straight for the SCVs. This time around he hits all the SCVs. All the SCVs have gone down. We've got a drop here coming in from Scan as well, right on top of that Nexus. Nexus is gonna go down very soon. That's so many tanks, and there's nothing here to kill those tanks. There's a couple of Sellers there, a couple of Templars, but that won't be enough. Going straight for the Nexi. He killed one of them. Now Sellers are coming on top of the tanks, and the tanks do look to get cleaned out. Pretty surgically precise hit there from Scan on the Nexus, and a surgically precise hit there from Rabbit on the SCVs. And now Scan is gonna realize that, oh, where did all my SCVs go? Oh, what's this? He's building still, but yeah, he's just realizing that, oh, my SCVs are gone. They're all gone. So now it's gonna be very difficult. It's gonna be a very close match. He might even just fall here and go die. Although carriers there are not deciding to go into the base itself yet. He's picking off stuff on the sides, going for those turrets, very slowly hammering away, opening up a hole. Very slow, methodical approach, but so many Marines are coming in with those level 2, level 3 weapon upgrades. And the carriers are only on 222, so the Marines lacking armor will deal a lot of damage if they stim into those interceptors, and interceptors will go down to stim Marines very, very quick. As we can see right here, interceptor count is going down so fast. There's barely any interceptors left, although once again another drop there on the top corner, and this one is going to be very hard for Scan to defend because he has, well, he has tanks actually. He has got some tanks. Another drop there comes in. This is a real drop. This is a storm drop. Goes for the SCVs. Scan is not responding with the SCVs. Once again dodges the storm just in time. Loses only 2 SCVs there somehow. He somehow manages to prevent certain death. He's almost broke though. It's gonna be very, very difficult, but the lucky part is that he has so many Marines ready here already. And those 2 Reavers in the top corner are getting taken down by the tanks very, very slowly. Marines are taking down the interceptors. Those Marines really are making it hard for the carriers to do something. You wouldn't expect it. You wouldn't expect Marines to be the difference maker, but those interceptors don't really stand a chance. Medics are doing a great job of keeping most of the Marines alive, though now the medics are running away for some reason because they're absolutely stupid. He snipes the shuttle there. Beautifully taken down, but another shuttle is already there on the way, ready to go for the SCVs there. Scan, will he see it? He doesn't see it. Templar starts unloading. Ooh, Templar gets taken down. Another Templar a little bit too far away. Storms, the storm is too late. SCVs are already running to safety. So while all that was happening, Scan has managed to sink some money into some raids. And do we have observers? Yes. but it's tanks. It's not actual observers, but tanks are detectors. So I'm wondering whether the cloak from the raids will be enough to defend against the carriers. As I mentioned before, it's only 8 carriers. It's not a great amount of carriers. It's also mixing in drops non-stop, trying to find ways to very slowly kill Scan. But Scan seems to be on the upbeat. He seems to be recovering from all this abuse from Rabbit. And Rabbit is doing what he has to do. But something is missing. I'm not sure what it is. Also, what? Still a lot of dropships here. He hasn't thrown away the dropships to replace them with something else. So we can still use them. Once again, start to unload there right next to the armories, going straight for the armory so that there's no option for Valkyries or Goliaths coming out from Scan. But there's mass raids here on the scene ready to take down those Reavers before all the armories go down. Just take down some more turrets there. Carriers on the other side of the base also once again going in, but those annoying pesky Marines are already there to intercept the Interceptors. But this time the Interceptors are not getting intercepted. Oh, are they? Yes, the Interceptors once again almost all go down. He killed the canister on the side with the tanks, and now there's no observer or detection left. So these raids are just gonna hunt down those carriers. And the carriers have nowhere to run. This cannon here, though, is his last hope, but it goes down as well. So now the raids are once again undetected. And that is a very, very lucky break there for Scan, although now drop comes in as well. The drop is empty, though. The CPs there don't have to dodge or run away. He didn't even run away. He didn't even pay attention to it. So yeah, the raids there wind up turning the game around for Scan and buy him a significant amount of time to recover and set himself up for the future. We've got a wave of Corsairs coming out here from Rabbit because he has to take care of those raids. There's so many raids. And Corsairs make it really easy to kill them. Got mass Reavers once again being loaded up into the shuttles. We still have dropships here on the side, and they're now being pulled into the base. So you might end up utilizing them. Corsairs here have no detection, so there's no way they can fight against the raid, so they turn back to base. I needed something to drink. I honestly did. Observers are now in place. Observers are in place, so the fight can continue. Rabbit can continue to fight and can continue to hunt down, well, a rabbit, but Rabbit is the rabbit, so a rabbit can't hunt for rabbits, but he can hunt for a Scan. The roles have reversed. The rabbit is no longer the hunted, the rabbit is the hunter. Scan is pulling his raids to intercept the shuttles, but there's so many Corsairs there that the raids just get instantly melted within not even a second, even less. Goes for the command. There's so many Archons, so many Reavers, so many units here killing the commander. The commander goes down within the blink of an eye. Now those Archons, Marines there are left on the scene. Yeah, the bunkers once again save his life, but losing the command center is pretty big. Although it's not as big as you would think. A Terran doesn't get hurt that much from losing the command center. You still have access to all the gas, you still have access to the minerals, and as a Terran, you don't need that many minerals to function. You can make an entire mass on way less minerals, or play an entire game on way less minerals than a Protoss would have to. A Protoss has to spend a lot of minerals to make things happen. And a Terran doesn't. A Terran has a lot of tanks, and tanks don't really die that quick or that often. Whereas Zealots, for example, running into tanks, they get melted. They get melted very quick. Once again, loads up another drop. He's no longer going for carriers, although is this... No, it's once again Corsairs there coming out from Rabbit. We've got more raids. No, Valkyries this time around on the way from Scan. Completely switching away from those raids in favor of Valkyries, which are a little bit more trustworthy with how they take down mass shuttle drops. Once again, we've got a tank drop coming in here from Scan, but he isn't gonna get any of the workers here, although he starts up sieging. Siege is up. Gets his shot off on something, but it's not the probes. Something, but it wasn't the probes. Also funny that he split up all of his dropships all over the map to get vision over the map. So now he spots out both drops, though now he has to make a choice. Do I go for the left or for the right? Left drop starts unloading on tanks there on the side. He's clearing out those tanks very slowly, setting up for the future. Drop from the right now coming in as well. The Valkyries are not yet moving. Valkyries are still located on the starports. Goes in. There's almost no units here left to defend. Every units are on the other side of the base. Gets a storm up on a tank. The SCVs have run away just in time. Scan here has been superb with his SCV pulls. He missed one. He forgot to pull once and lost a lot of SCVs there. But he's been doing great with keeping his workers alive so far. Rabbit is having trouble getting in there. You should just try the front, in my opinion. Just try the front, kill this tank, break through this, and you might have yourself a way into that base. Shuttles are evidently no longer doing the trick. Scan hasn't really been harmed all that much. Although this might look like he's been harmed significantly. As I mentioned before, the command center is not that important. You can still mine, and this is just enough income. This is just enough. What matters though is the gas. He's only got 7 refineries he's mining from. That kind of hurts. Because Terran, while it doesn't spend a lot of minerals, is very gas expensive. Corsairs there getting scared away. We've got another drop there on the way from the base of Rabbit. Rabbit is preparing himself. He's trying. He's trying. But the Corsair supply count is pretty high. Goes in with some scouting on the side. Once again tries to deny vision. Comes in with mass shuttles there, but runs straight into Valkyrie, so he's forced to unload, and he unloads only 3 Reavers. But a lot of zealots there on the side as well. Gonna try to clear out once again those armories that he tried to clear out once before. Starts attacking them with the zealots. He's got the upgrade. Gonna get cancelled once again, so he's still stuck on level 2 for air and for ground. Well, this one might stay alive. One of them stays alive, so he can queue up the attack damage upgrade once again. Talking about upgrades, I think Rabbit is on maxed out upgrades for all his stuff. So yeah, once again, a drop doesn't do anything, and that's the power of Valkyries. You just click on the shuttles and the Valkyries take down the entire ball of shuttles. And even the ball of Corsairs, they're just very strong against air. And one of my favorite units in Terran versus Protoss. They're a must-have, in my opinion. It makes defending against drops and carriers so much easier. Although there's one downside to Valkyries, and that is stasis. If the Protoss gets a stasis, your Valkyries are gonna get locked into a stasis forever. And they do take up a lot of supply. So that is the one big weakness you have. But if you split up your Valkyries, you can prevent that from happening. Scan now on the push outwards. He's planning to start a fight. Although he's been getting bullied so far, but now he wants to get back at his bully. It's time to bring the fight to the other side. Although Rabbit moving out. Corsairs have Disruption Web, and they have energy for Disruption Web as well. Got a lockdown finally on the way for Scan, and the final upgrades for his tanks as well. He's not yet moving out, he pulled back into his base. He isn't sure yet. Both players are not sure yet what they want to do. Scan is planning on moving out, but he isn't sure whether it is the time yet. Whereas Rabbit wants to defend and attack with shuttles. But this is like he's compromising between the two. This is a lot of supply in shuttles and Corsairs, with which he will never be able to defend from this push with those tanks. But he is hoping that he can kill all the SCVs there. With this drop, comes in from the left side, gets intercepted there. Valkyrie's already on the way, has forced to unload there on top of the turrets. Kills all the Marines. Now all the turrets are next. Turrets are going down very rapidly. Corsairs have pulled back to safety. Tanks are rolling in from the front to the back, ready to siege up and zone those Reavers away before they can hit this command center and the SCVs here on the minerals. So Scan there playing this very calm and methodically, just focusing on limiting damage to his workers once again. But he is losing depots once again as well. And our frontal attack is happening as well from Rabbit here. Taking the time, taking the opportunity to, when all the tanks have moved to the back, I'm going to break through the front. Although now tanks are moving from the back to the front because the back has been defended successfully. But at least Rabbit managed to kill a couple of tanks, break through the front, and clear out that one tank up on the high ground. And he managed to clear out a lot of depots as well. So Scan currently somewhat supply stuck, although it doesn't take long before he's no longer supply stuck because he's got depots on the bottom side, which he's still constructing. Now he's moving out into the middle. Rabbit here is staring at a very, very bad situation for him. The amount of supply he's got in Corsairs is not gonna make defending any easier. He can use disruption webs maybe, but that's it. Scan at the moment has the superior fighting force, and he's moving out with everything that he's got. Well, of course you can also do this. This is a very smart move here from Rabbit, unloading Zealots on top of the tanks. Because tanks are absolutely terrible on things that are attacking them from melee range. Because either tanks start killing your own tanks, or you have to unsiege them, which gives a chance for units to roll in and run in from the front. As you see right here, Zealots running in from the front, because the tanks are no longer sieged up, although the tanks are retreating back to the base, ready to ball up and regroup with more tanks, as more tanks are on the way. He's still building up that side corner there, building a lot of turrets, got some ghosts there as well to throw down lockdowns on the shuttles. So that's a very, very smart little optimization from Scan there. Ready to defend against whatever he can. Although Corsairs are coming in to hunt down the Valkyries, but there's not enough Corsairs to take down all the Valkyries. Those Storm comes down the Valkyries as well. Valkyries are forced to return and retreat. Who's gonna win this fight? Looks like the Corsairs are gonna... Corsairs win the fight. Valkyries have gone down, which means that now we can see a drop flying in from the right side because there's no longer enough anti-drop to stop this from hitting home. Goes in. Tanks are moving out as well. Tanks are retreating back to base because he sees the shuttles coming in from the right side. He pulls the SBs away. Reavers are once again there on the lookout, ready to start killing buildings once again. Rabbit has pretty much been killing buildings the entire game through, although the Reavers go down within like 5 seconds. Was a good attempt though, was a good attempt. He cleared out all the Valkyries, he opened up an opportunity, he opened up a window, but the window didn't create the opportunity that he wanted, didn't create the results, that's what I mean. He had the opportunity, but didn't get the results. And now the tanks are stuck. Frontal attack happening at the same time as well, because a lot of units are in the back. He's got units in those shuttles ready to unload them on top of those tanks. More Valkyries are spawning here as well, ready as anti-drop, so he kills a couple of shuttles there as well. Now tanks are moving from the back to the back to the front, at least they're trying to. Yeah, Rabbit once again is making some progress, but the real progress that we have to be looking at is these tanks here up on the hill. They're gonna make life very, very difficult for Rabbit, although Rabbit is loading Zealots on the hill already. Very quick reaction there. More tanks coming onto the other side of the hill. So he's gonna have to clear this out very, very quickly. Though now we've got Valkyries here as well, and Valkyries protecting tanks is gonna make this very difficult for Rabbit to defend. Because every time he's trying to do this move that he's doing right here, Valkyries are gonna kill the shuttles. Although, you know, he didn't protect those tanks because he was busy defending at home still. So the game is very, very slowly crawling forward. Both players playing smart, playing well, but neither player really getting much achieved. They took each other's nexus, and since they took each other's main nexus and command center, the game has kind of been in a stalemate, where both players punch, but the punches, while they are landing, are not doing enough damage to KO or drop the opponent to the mat. These tanks here up on the hill, though, are gonna be absolutely brutal. It's very difficult to unload Zealots on these smaller blocks that are right here. So he has to use Storms. And as you can see, the Storms don't really always do the trick. Although we've got more units there in the base, though they've gone down. We've got a shuttle drop there on the right side once again, ready to go for the SCVs. If he can hit the SCVs, this is gonna be the game end. Although, no lockdown. Ooh, Reavers! The SCVs are already too far away to... Locks down a Reaver there as well, but the SCVs were already too far away for any of the Reavers to kill them. As you can see right here, the Zealots cannot pass through this tiny little thing here. So life being made very, very difficult for Rabbit. He's losing the entire top section of his base. And now units are setting up here in the front as well. So he's going to lose the front and the side. And he's going to have to build carriers once again. Carriers are on the way, but he's only going for 8 once again. And I really do think that 9 or 10 or even 12 is the magical number. Shuttle coming in to unload on top of the tanks. Tanks are going to go down to this, or are they not? Looks like this will be just enough, but another set of tanks are already arriving on the scene, unloading up on the hill. Oh, they're mostly empty. Mostly empty, only 3 tanks in there, but this top section getting demolished. And the Valkyries are doing their best to keep those tanks alive. So cannons being built there on the middle, but Scan saw it all happen, so he moves out just in time to stop this from happening. Carriers have finished up. He's waiting for the other 3 carriers to finish up, so he can start defending his base. But will he have enough time though? That's the question. Will he have enough time? He's buying some time. He is buying some time, so my question has been answered already. Scan is not rapidly moving out. He's mostly focused on very calmly and collectively trying to just erase this entire top portion of this base. Rabbit only has 9 gateways remaining. Carriers are moving in. Oh, 8 Corsairs are moving in first. I do think that's maybe too many Corsairs. Too many. Like, imagine if Scan just decided to switch over into Goliaths. Or start using his lockdowns on the carriers, which I think he's going to do. I think he's going to use lockdowns on the carriers. We've got more units entering the middle. We've got Corsairs hunting for dropships. The dropships are running away towards the turrets. The Corsairs are still in the chase here though, because he has to throw away the Corsairs anyway, because he needs more ground forces to fight back against what Scan is pushing here. Tanks up on the hill, they are getting cleared out. Corsairs all dead, all gone. He does have so many ghosts, and the ghosts have so much energy, so that's going to be a lot of lockdowns he's got ready and prepared for only 8 carriers. So he's moving out into the middle. Cannons are going to go down there as well. Templars are returning back to base. We wanted to use the Templars to storm the tanks, but if there's nothing to support the Templars, it's better to pull them away, because they're going to go down very quick to just 2 or maybe a single siege shot. Dropships have returned to base. Carriers are once again on the hunt, but there's so many ghosts here. We're finally going to see some ghost action. I want to see the lockdowns. Come on, show me the lockdowns. Not within range. Ooh, tanks once again unloading in the base. So Scan is just ignoring the fact that he's getting carrier pushed and starts pushing with his own tanks while trying to defend here at home. Storms. Ooh, this is beautiful. Beautiful hit there from Scan on those shuttles. Now we're back here in the base where tanks are rolling over the front, rolling over the top, rolling over everything you can see. There's no way Rabbit can defend this. But the ghosts entering the fray and the battle as well. Moving over into the base of Rabbit. Scan is... looks like Scan is winning here. Rabbit has also run out of money. Tanks are sieging up pretty close towards the probes. He's going to clear out these cannons there, set up a little bit closer to the probes, and then kill the probes with the tanks. Though the carriers are coming in, but I want to see the lockdowns. Here come the lockdowns. Yeah, that's a beautiful screenshot there on the lockdowns on the carriers. I'm going to use that as the thumbnail. Yeah, it looks like the game is over. I'm just going to show everything because there's nothing a Rabbit can do. Took 40 minutes of trying to break through the defense of Scan. He broke through a couple times, but once he was in there, he couldn't do much. It just never really did enough. Whereas Scan just held on until the very end and punched back really, really hard. And he punched back all those hard punches really did the damage. The carriers are just hanging there, doing nothing at all. They're gonna go down, calls to GG, and that is a 40-minute win for Scan. It took a while, but he managed to land everything that he had to. survived the drops, survived the carriers, survived the frontal attacks, survived the reavers, kept his depots alive by relocating them towards the bottom side of the map instead of keeping them in his base. Because every single time he was building depots in his base, they kept going down. So what do? You build them somewhere else. It's a very easy answer. Sometimes the answer is a very, very easy one. Now I am a little bit disappointed in Rabbit. I expected more mix-ups from him, but I guess losing his Nexus there really put a halt to his diversity. And I really wanted to see more than 8 carriers. I really do think he made too many Corsairs. He had like 12 Corsairs on the map at all times. That's 24 supply. That's quite a lot. 24 supply in Corsairs. Now, the Corsairs are amazing against Raids and Valkyries, but I do think it's not enough. Maybe going for more carriers, I think, would have done the trick. But who am I? I don't know. Maybe Scan was always destined to win this one. He played this one very well. He did what he had to do, controlled himself very well, played very calm, collected, didn't take any risks that he didn't have to take, and only went for the plays and the moves they knew were going to work. And that is important. Knowing what is going to work and executing it flawlessly. So that's it for today. It was RJB for RJB TV with a match between Scan and Rabbit. And I'm going to say goodbye. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you come back for more videos in the future. And I hope you will enjoy them. And I hope that I will enjoy them as well. See you later, and see you soon.